there, listeners. It's your annoyingly optimistic host here, bringing you another season of the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Welcome to Season 2, Voicemails to Tim. Now, let's meet Tim. He's been running his own small business for almost 3 years now, and let's just say he's hit a bit of a rough patch. You know how it is. Sometimes you get so stuck, you make yourself busy and just avoid finding the real problems. Well, that's Tim. So as a good friend, I decided to leave him a daily voicemail, if I can't get hold of him, filled with nuggets of inspiration, insight and wisdom, and downright brilliant ideas to help get him unstuck. Every day, in just under 10 minutes, I'll share some tips, tricks, and a healthy dose of optimism to get Tim, and maybe even you, back on track. Because let's face it, we're all a little tired, in need of help, and muddling through. So here we go. Oh wait, never mind. Tim's being busy. Here's the voicemail I left him today.
Hi Tim, Paul again, filling up your voicemail. Great to catch up with you the other day, and yeah, good to hear maybe some little kind of green shoots in there, which is great. I had a little idea from something that you said, and a common thing is kind of like overreaching, of having lots of ideas. And again, there was some spark of passion, which is great to hear that back in your voice. But we can sometimes take that the wrong way. And by chasing the ideas and, I want to do this, this and this, and it's stopping to think. And again, I think right now with all the changes and where you want to kind of focus and stuff like that, is learning a very important word. And this is going to sound kind of negative, but it's no. The word no. Exceptionally powerful, because we get sucked along, and something you said a few weeks ago really kind of resonated. You know, we're constantly worrying about which social media network should I be on? How often should I be posting? What should I be putting out there? What should I be putting on my website and my blog? How should I be marketing? And we focus on everything all of the time. And we're told that we need to be, omnipresent and be on everything all of the time and be doing everything we can and every new idea. And so we can get into this kind of paralysis, basically, where we're told and we believe we have to do everything all of the time, but we can't. We run out of time, particularly when we're self-employed. You can only spread yourself so thin. And consequently, we get this kind of mass approach, and this goes along with kind of mass media and social media. Part of what we tell ourselves in the belief is we have to be everywhere because that's the way that we reach our customers. If we just kind of blanket bomb every social media with marketing and our presence, that we're going to get the customers. Now, again, that's a big business technique. That's someone that's got, a media budget that's more than your 10 years annual turnover, Tim. So it's that big business game, and this is one of these things that catches people out, because you don't want to focus on a big business game. You want to focus on the self-employed game and the things that you can do. And part of that is actually niching down. Now, the only way you can really kind of do that, and this is where this idea of no comes in, is you have to start saying no. You have to start saying no to some of the things, to some of the opportunities, to some of the networks, to some of these things, and really choose the path that you want to go. And some people go, well, that's going to make my business harder. I'm chasing smaller, amounts of people. You're not designed, and you don't want to sell something to the entire world. You don't even want to sell something necessarily to the whole country. But what you want to do is you want to sell something to the passionate people who will value what you do, pay for what you're kind of offering. And that's what you really, really want to focus on. And so consequently, no is not a negative thing then. No is a really positive and empowering thing, because what you're actually doing is every time you say no to one thing, what you're actually saying alongside that is yes, and to focus on something else. And it's that focus which is key. So we need to get back into that some of those core activities and core things that you excel at, and some of the stuff that you produce is fantastic. So we need to focus on that and really kind of drill that down and start getting rid of some of these things on the peripheries. We'll start with the social medias. Which social media do you enjoy? Which ones do you enjoy consuming? Do you spend more time on? Because invariably you're going to know those better and understand how to use those platforms, because if you're a user of those things, it becomes a lot easier. So again, let's identify which one, maybe two, and we'll get rid of the rest. Now guess what happens? Absolutely nothing. Because if those other networks, not a lot was happening, but you were spreading yourself thinner, let's say no to those, focus on the ones that you want to go on. We will start to improve that. Rather than trying to chase 101 different types of customers in different type of places, let's focus on your best customers. Let's look at the last 12 months. Where did the best customers come from? What were the kind of things that the best customers were telling you, were spending? And let's focus on those and go after that and get rid of everything else. The 80-20 rule. You hear me go on about that a lot. I think I mentioned it the other day. It is alive and well in so many ways. So we need to focus on the 20%. We need to say no to the 80% of stuff that's just pulling you down and dragging you backwards. We need to focus on that 20%, because that 20%, if it's the right 20%, will bring 80% of your revenue, will bring you 80% of your happiness, and will save you 80% less effort. So we've really got to start employing no as a real kind of and you can start this kind of straight away. What do you want to do? I remember when we were speaking and your phone was going off, and it was about 7:45 at night, and it was some customer emails. You've got to decide whether you want to be the person that answers customer emails at 8 o'clock at night, or you say no, because that's when you have to rest and recuperate and spend some time on yourself so that you're ready to go the next day to focus on the customers that are important. So it's about setting those boundaries, and no becomes a really, really powerful word to do that. So we need to focus on no. We need to focus on what is it you really need to be doing? What is it you really need to focus on? And what can we start pushing out and deciding, actually, this isn't something that's taking me where I want to go. This isn't something that's helping me go forward. This is something that's basically just a distraction. It's taking your energy, your time. So we need to start saying no to some of the things you do. So I hope that's positive, Tim. It's not going to be a negative thing. No is an incredibly positive thing, because no means you're screaming and shouting yes to some really important things. And that's what we've got to get going. So catch up with you soon. Hope that helps. Speak to you soon, Tim. Bye.
And that's it for today's episode of Voicemails to Tim on the Annoyingly Optimistic Show. Now remember, Tim might be busy, but we're all in this together. Whether you're tired, in need of help, or just muddling through, Tim is here for you because, well, Tim is you. Yes, you heard that right. Tim isn't just my friend, he's a reflection of all of us who are struggling to make it work. TIM stands for tired, in need of help, and muddling through. So if you're feeling like a Tim, you're not alone. For all those ambitious listeners, if you've got a burning business question, a quirky thought, or just want to see if you can leave an even weirder voicemail, head over to the website voicemailstotim.com, submit your question, and maybe, just maybe, you'll hear your idea in a future Voicemail to Tim. So until then, stay annoyingly optimistic, keep pushing forward, and remember, if life gives you lemons, leave a voicemail about it.